Welcome to TikTok Thursdays. This is the segment where Thursday chooses a wholesome video for me to react to. What are we looking at today, Thursday?
Today we are going to look at another Noel Deyzel video. And
who admits to being on roids.
Yes, he does. And good for him for that.
For admitting it?
For admitting it, for not trying to sell anything from it, you know. And this one is just funny, and I think, I like this video because it's also a running meme that this is the only acceptable reason for men to lift weights.
All right.
Why did you start lifting, bro? I started because I was heartbroken, bro. Wait, why did you start? I left to carry my mom's groceries.
He is absolutely gigantic.
He's so big. He's also already tall, which is insane.
See, the Liver King, if he had have just come out and admitted he was on the roidy roids,
I think this is the perfect example between the perfect dichotomy is between Liver King and Noel.
Is that right?
Like Noel is like, yeah, I'm on roids, you can't look like me, and Liver King tried to make money on, you could look like me, and then it turned out, no, you
Whereas
can't.
if he had have just admitted it and said, but eating these organs really helps, then people would have went, okay, good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, look, this brings up a question, namely, is it ever okay for a man to post selfies of himself at the gym? I tend to think it has to do with the intention of the person posting them, but I want to get your thoughts on that as well. It seems to me that if a guy is taking photos of himself and posting them, that this seems to be vain, and vanity is not a masculine trait. But at the same time, I imagine there are exceptions like this fella and other guys who are trying to encourage other guys, to motivate other guys. I could also see a guy taking photos of himself at the gym every morning as a way of keeping himself accountable, maybe. But what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a good way to do it. I think the other exception, well, I don't think it is an exception. I think the other reason that men justify it is that they need they may want validation from other men to keep going.
Okay. Oh, they even say as much.
Well, I don't know if they would say as much, but I think that's a reason they may do it, is to like have other guys see their progress. And encourage them. But I think that it would be healthier if you just had a gym buddy that was there working out with you that could also encourage you.
Right.
Yeah, I think in general, no. I think there are exceptions, but one of my favorite sayings is exception makes bad law.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're coming up with a rule or a general principle for something, you should not think about the exceptions. You should think about the normative circumstance. And in the normative circumstance, I think, no, it's not okay for men to post gym selfies. I
want to ask you about women soon, but let us know in the comments section if you think it is okay for men to regularly post photos of themselves at the gym. And if you, because I think I can see people reacting negatively to people posting pictures of themselves at the gym for two reasons. One is that they rightly or wrongly perceive the person as being vain. The second reason might be what we've talked about before, this idea of ressentiment, where you demonize what you believe yourself incapable of attaining. So you're just sitting there, fat and flabby as you are, and you find yourself getting angry at people posting pictures of themselves because you don't look like that and you fear that you couldn't look like that. So the intention of the person posting and the intention of the angry commenters, I think we should both kind of be self-reflective about that.
I think the other thing that I would be okay with is if like you've been working out for months and you like can tell the difference. Yeah. If you want to be like, hey, look at what I looked like when I started and what I look like now. And maybe I'm doing this because I've done that. Like when I was at my strongest, September of 2021, after I had been rock climbing 4 days a week for almost a year, for a little over a year, you could like there was a huge difference, right? And I have posted like progress pictures or like even like monthly progress pictures where it's like, here's what I look like now, right?
What I think
that's different than like, look at how cool I am because I'm at the gym every single day. It's like, bro, chill out.
I know, it is over the top. What I find interesting about this whole discussion is that with the advent of the internet, there is a whole new landscape of kind of social faux pas that didn't exist before. And so we're all trying to navigate what's appropriate and what isn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm dizzy. I should not have done that. I'm really sick while we're filming these, by the way.
Now, ladies can let me know what they think below, but I do not think that a man's physical attractiveness is nearly as important to a female's physical attractiveness to the dude. I don't think a woman needs a man to look like that. In fact, I've heard a lot of women say they actually find that a little off-putting.
So this like musculature, yes, but there is data to suggest that women are actually more cutthroat when it comes to the physical attractiveness of men than men are to women.
Really?
Yeah.
Strong jawline, I'm sure that's important.
So if you go and compare, if you have women rank 100 men in order of attractiveness through some process, and then you have an average, right? So you have them ranked 1 to 10 basically, like on an attractiveness scale. Then you take another group of women and you ask them to rank which men are average, which men are attractive, and which men are below average.
Yes.
The curve will center around 7 or 8, meaning that women perceive men who are in reality in the 70th or 80th percentile of attractiveness to be average attractive. Whereas if you do the same with men, men are actually more accurate and the curve will center around 50 to 60. So women actually are more likely to perceive an average attractive male as ugly.
That's why it took me so long to find a date.
Yeah.
Well, I've also heard of a study where women were shown a group of dudes and they were asked to rate their attractiveness. And then they were told about how much money they make and that their opinion
changed
differed accordingly.
Also, there's data from...
But does a woman really want a dude with 5% body fat? I just think that's gross.
Oh, no, I don't. I'm not talking about like the specific traits. I'm talking about like overall attractiveness, like face shape, basically.
Yeah.
There's also evidence from data in dating apps that a man who is like a 6 will, on average, will start swiping right at 5, and women who are 5 and up, right? So he will start a little below.
Who's rating them?
So they can use data to figure out how attractive.
Oh my God. I've never used one of these apps in my life.
And women will always start at 8. So women using dating apps will not go for men who are at their attractiveness level. They always, regardless of how attractive the woman is, go up to 8.
All right. So it's, I'm okay. Yeah. I'm willing to believe that. However, I would think in real life it's different. I think one of the things that women find most attractive is a man who's confident and can make you laugh. Whereas I would think for a dude that's less important.
So yeah, in real life this changes a lot because there's other like personality characteristics. This data is interesting because it isolates the physical characteristics and says that if you just take physical characteristics and like you just isolate them and then you compare how men and women think about them, it's not men who are more cutthroat. It is the women.
Interesting. Well, men and women, let us know in the comments section what you think of that. Thanks so much for watching. If you have a funny or wholesome TikTok video that you would like us to review, leave it below in the comments section. And before you go, do us a favor, click like and that subscribe button.